Let me start with a question. What is common to outgoing British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak, former British Prime Minister David Cameron, former Greek Prime Minister George Papandreou, and former Pakistani Prime Minister Benazir Bhutto? The answer? All of them have an undergraduate degree in philosophy, politics, and economics, PPE, as do several other leading politicians and heads of state from countries around the world, from Ghana to Australia. Hello, my name is Arnon Keren, and I'm chair of the philosophy department at the University of Haifa and member of the managing committee of the Haifa PPE program. People are often surprised when they hear that so many political leaders and leading politicians have an undergraduate degree in PPE. It's clear why political leaders should study economics or political science, but philosophy? What could such an impractical subject contribute to the careers of politicians? This thought involves a common mistake. Philosophy, more than any other subject studied at the university, teaches us to think well on a wide range of issues, to think more clearly, more systematically, and more deeply on varied subjects, from science to language, from society to ethics. And the questions philosophy students are trained to think about are both deep and wide, and also highly relevant to social, economic, and political life. Just think of the kind of questions my students delve into when we discuss the morality of abortion. Questions such as, when does human life begin? In virtue of what do we have a right to life? What are the limits of state intervention in a woman's decisions about her own life? Studying philosophy is like taking your brain to the gym. And indeed, US data comparing graduate admissions test scores of graduates of different fields show that graduates of philosophy are unique in that they excel in every type of test. Want to get an excellent grade in the LSAT test? Study philosophy. Want to excel in the GMAT test? Study philosophy. Want to excel in the GRE? Do the same. So, why philosophy then? Because there are very few things that have as much practical value as the ability to think well on a wide range of issues. Of course, when it comes to political and economic life, what we want is not just good thinkers who are able to think clearly but do not participate in political and economic life. No, what we want are civil servants, leaders and elites who participate in political action and are able to think well. And that is precisely what PPE programs around the world help generate, and why PPE programs are considered as the best training ground for future political, economic, and civil service leadership. And now, to the very young PPE program at the University of Haifa. What makes our program special? Well, look first at this picture, taken last year, of the Director Generals of Israeli governmental ministries. Anything missing here? Women, naturally. Only one woman in the picture. There's also something else that's missing here that is less obvious to the eye. Absolutely no Arabs in this picture, despite the fact that Arabs constitute about 20% of Israeli population. Israeli civil service elite and political leadership is highly homogeneous, highly exclusive. That is a problem. We at the PPE program at Haifa have an opportunity to change that. The University of Haifa has the largest population representation of Arab students of all Israeli universities. And we attract excellent Arab students. Moreover, we have very large representation of other underrepresented groups. For instance, 60% of our students and 45% of our faculty are women. So if PPE programs serve as the best training ground for future political, economic, and civil service leadership, our PPE program can serve as the bridge that allows members of underrepresented groups to become part of future Israeli leadership. Our PPE program can thus help create a better Israeli leadership and thereby a healthier Israeli society. A future leadership that is both more thoughtful and much more inclusive and much more representative of the richness of Israeli society. With your help, we can make this happen. Thank you.